So this is just going to be a quick conversation, kind of a testimonial chat. Will has been with us for a couple of weeks now in the group, and I just want to share the opportunity for everyone else to know the kind of success stories that we have in the group here with Will. He's kindly agreed for this conversation here, and we'll start with a few questions. I want to get a bit of a background first, Will, if that's okay. I wanted to know a little bit about yourself and your work, the agency, and how it was before kind of joining the AI ranking community.
Yeah, for sure. So just a little bit about my background. I grew up in San Diego, California, and we always joke about it because I always wanted to be an entrepreneur because like money and stuff, especially in California, your the cost of living goes up every year and your chances of surviving goes down every year
Yeah,
because of that. So I was always attracted to entrepreneurship from a super young age. I started a mini pest control business when I was like 8 years old. I'd go knock down wasp nests and stuff and get paid like $2-3 for it and just went door to door. But it really sparked an entrepreneur flair. And so I was always really big when it came to like studying marketing. Like I didn't graduate, but I went to school for business and marketing.
Yep.
And I really just wanted to learn marketing like, first and foremost. Like that's where my passion was in my adult life. And so I started studying marketing, and at the same time, as a top ramen eating college student, I needed to make more money. I learned about how to make a lot of money working in the financial sector, and plus I got to learn about money and business at the same time. And that led to us starting our own agency, Financial Advisor Pro. And I have a wife and 6 kids, and so they're pretty expensive. And so we just started really diving. Really, it was COVID. I saw this. It blew my brain. I'll never forget this. This was a life-changing moment where I saw this lady's Facebook comment of like, oh yeah, or someone asked like, hey, what do you guys do for lead generation? And at that point, I was looking for lead generation sources, and this is on Facebook, and it really bugged me. The response of one of the individuals was this individual said, I don't do any lead generation. Everything's through word of mouth and stuff. And here I was sitting building my business 100% off word of mouth. I was struggling really, really bad. Like I was thinking about shutting down my business and looking for other businesses to either purchase or start or whatever. And that post really bugged me, but I'm grateful to see it because it really sparked something in me. I was like, I went to school for marketing. I'm using like none of marketing nerdy geeky stuff that I wanted to learn. And so it was that like really sparked a fire to learn SEO and paid ads and stuff like that. And so I ended up. Oh, go ahead.
Did you try an agency beforehand or anything like that, or you just try to do everything by yourself?
No, yeah, I tried doing everything myself. Because I wanted to be a marketer. I was like, I should probably learn this stuff. And plus, our agency, we only hire independent contractors, and so they're like their own business owners. And like, I need to learn this so I can teach. And so I was grateful for the first couple experiences I had. I bought a marketing program for $6,000. I dropped $4,000 into Facebook ads, and I got to really learn about Facebook ads. And that campaign process like broke. Then I dropped another $12,000 on a YouTube program. Spent about around $8,000 on ads, and that one I got zero return on that. And so that one like really hit me, and it scared me a lot with marketing. That was in 2021, and it really scared me. I almost stopped, and I was like, maybe I should look into SEO because it's free.
Sure. With that, that's a really good segue. So you kept kind of looking for solutions. Maybe the ad didn't work. So then I guess we must have put the path there somewhere. Where did you kind of first hear about AI ranking and had the misfortune of seeing my face?
Yeah. So I started studying Neil Patel's program, which was really old and outdated. It was just I Googled into it, and he's super Google. And took his SEO course and stuff, and that helped a little bit, but it helped us get exposure, but we didn't get any converts from it. And that was about 2 years. It was like a year and a half years of studying SEO from him and through his program. And I started to get really frustrated again. I was like, this has been a long time. I haven't invested money, but I invested a lot of time.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I need like hands-on support, someone on a high level. My goal has always been to get 333,400 impressions per. That was like my goal. And I was like, I need to find someone on a higher level for that. In the program that I purchased, that's how I got introduced to school. And it was a student who was directly trained from and so I was like, hey, there's a bunch of school programs. Like I should just start looking up school programs.
Cool.
So I found a couple that were like for insurance financial. Those just seemed like a revolving door of what I had been through already.
Sure. Yeah.
And then that's really when I found yours, and I was like, oh, AI. Like I was like, oh shoot, I guess I don't know that much about AI. This seems like a good community to be a part of. So I joined and I was really impressed that because the thing was, if I was gonna like ever pay someone money, who I mean, just in this other experience, I spent a little over 30 grand marketing. I was like, if I was gonna pay someone, the person who's like leading the charge, like they have to be involved, would never invest in their business. And so I was really impressed that you did a live. You seemed very eligible. But what really changed stuff was when I saw your Google console had over 2 million impressions, or you had a ridiculous amount, millions of impressions. I don't know if it was a 3-month or 1 month, but I was like, that's really what my goal was. And okay, well, at least you can't lie about that stuff if he's pulling up his Google Search Console dashboard. And I learned the
That's
interface.
right. You joined the live Q&As for the free community. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. So I guess what's your experience also when you kind of transition into the premium community? You could say that you've been a bit not disappointed, but I guess disappointed with some of the other previous stuff. What was the initial? There must have been some hesitancy, I suppose, to join yet another online community.
Yeah, that's true, because when we met for our one-on-one, I was like, if anyone's on board, like my brain, to be honest, is just used to, if I'm going to sit down personally and get any like kind of one teaching with people, my brain was already programmed and set, like no matter what, if I meet with someone, they're going to offer one-on-one training, that's $6,000 easy.
Yeah, right.
And like less than $100 in, and we've gotten a higher rate of return on that $100 than the 30,000 that I spend ads, campaigns, and training and stuff, which I learned a lot from those. I'm really grateful for. Here we are, less than $100 in, and using the AI system. And
that makes me so. Let's talk through us a little bit about that. On the onboarding session, we talked about a few things that we should do, a little bit of a blueprint, I guess, for the local SEO. Was there any of that particular advice that you think was definitely the reason to like the recent success? Was it the local SEO strategies, the Google My Business together?
One of the really big things I was told a long time ago was that if you can get your Google business profile and your website ranked on the page of Google, like you're going to win, you're going to get traffic. And so that was the goal for like the 2 years of SEO happened. We got into the top 3 of the Google Map Pack, Google My Business stuff, but never the website. And so I always looked up. I never knew what to do with my homepage, to be honest. And I think that was like one of the really was like I always treated my homepage like the redheaded stepchild of the litter, like you don't need it. And and so I'd never internally linked to it. And that was a really thing, to just that internal linking from the homepage, which had the higher domain authority, that had all my that was something, because I always just I treated it like the kid that no one wanted. The homepage.
Yeah, it was almost like just a landing page by itself, but it was the
I forgot about that. It was a funny positive offense that I took when I'll never forget when you were like, these website, or you didn't call it a website, you said these are like really good landing pages, and I was like, this is a website. But like all my experience had been with creating landing pages. That's like everything that I've learned has been landing pages. And like in my brain, I was like, these are not landing pages, they're websites, but it was a landing page.
Yeah, cool. I mean, and I think sometimes all it takes is just a bit of an outsider perspective. So caught on into what we've followed this little path to do, and it just takes some other eyes to go like, of just another little perspective. And that you thought it was going to be at least $7,000 when someone on ones here. Obviously, we have Usman, we have ourselves, and the community is really kind of there. Do you think the different types of support have really contributed to this? Because we did the one-on-one for the onboarding, and then I can only help so much, like through messages as much as I can, but this other kind of support that we provided that has helped with this, even if it's just answering the frequently asked questions that we get, or the Loom videos that I send every time I get a chance to, and the community itself. Was there anything that kind of sticks out perspective?
Yeah, I would say that like there's three things that really jump out at me. Number one is the community for sure, just getting extra outside back
Yeah.
from other people who are also absolutely amazing at SEO and like their little areas has been valuable. That's been really helping. Is definitely the classroom for sure.
Yeah.
The classroom training is really phenomenal. And I love that there's now a 7-day beginning, like what to do in your first week.
Yeah, we learned, a lot of people saying it was a bit dense, so we're like, all right, we need to keep like a really
But yeah,
concise version.
but at the same time, like I'm glad it was the way it was too, because I was like, I feel like a lot of stuff set up. There was just little cracks in my foundation. So going through the other way that how it was set up, like that was exactly what I was exactly looking for.
Cool.
And
Awesome.
so yeah, the community, the training, and the live Q&As
Yeah.
have been super helpful. Just because it gives direction, and I'm like I know over time I can figure out anything, but if I'm just pointed in the right direction, then I know it's going to save me a bunch, which is
Yeah.
super
That's
super.
right. We're just trying to kind of, I guess, shorten that learning curve for people. And then you obviously very technically adept at doing all these things. It's just like pointing that adeptness in the right direction. It's like, no, don't focus on that stuff. It's just rabbit hole and go with the rest.
Don't buy backlinks from Fiverr.
Don't buy backlinks from Fiverr. Exactly. That's a good maybe question to segue to. Was there anything before this, or even throughout the experience with the that was there any kind of challenges that you kept running into, particularly when it came to SEO overcome?
Yeah, just I would say one of the things the community was the I always look at the three biggest things that a site needs to do to rank really, really well is the title tag, the meta description, and the H1 tag. Like those, there's such lack of clarity on how to like organize and have the three communicate.
Yeah.
And that to be honest, I feel like has been the majority of our success. Yeah, like getting the website and our Google on one has been really optimizing those three to work together a lot better, and it's just that's really clear in the marketing world. But I didn't know how to make them communicate and optimize them for conversion.
Yeah, how do you join them from like here keywords? Great, but how do I put? Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah,
you mentioned recently before that I guess since then you started implementing this, you usually really SEO takes a lot longer. I tell people like expect results, like tangible results in 3 to 6 months. But we were having a chat before when you were saying like, look, we've started to get like a lot of phone calls, a few like 10 leads coming in. How has that really kind of started changing the business? You say you're really busy, great problem to have. Talk to me a little bit about that. Like, I think it's a nice change, and how has it impacted the business of I guess revenue? Are those leads convert that you're getting in?
Yeah, it is. And what's helped that a bunch is when you recommended not just looking at the search volume of specific keywords, but looking at what people are looking for. Because like even yesterday, like all I was doing yesterday, from call after call after call and calling back people that I missed while I was at, and it's best on the financial side. I remember one of the distinct changes you were like, focus on the end user result, not just the search volume. And even if search volume goes down, you might get a better by lead. And it was so funny because it was like person after person that was like, hey, I need wealth management and retirement planning. Those are two keywords absolutely not touching. And that was like 80% of their day, just yesterday. And so I was like, okay, that was really the right move, because that's everyone's asking for, and just didn't even cross my brain. I was focused on
and incredible, because I remember we went through that. We kind of used free tools, right? I think we used like Answer the Public and a couple of those things, and keyword and sheets, just like what people actually asking for.
Right.
That tends to be a lot of keyword research tends to get overcomplicated, and it's like, what's the highest monthly search volume? It's like, what's the right keyword for you, right? And stuff like that. Just putting those two together. That's cool.
Yeah, that I would say that's another huge contributing factor, other than optimizing the H1 title tags and meta.
Yeah. Would you say to somebody, first of all, before we go into that, I guess what's the next goal for you within the community and within the business? Are you trying to now, the leads are coming in, hopefully, a lot of those will convert into paying customers. Is it just kind of rinse and repeat? Do you want to expand into different assets, or do you think you're like creating a bit of a directory website for financial services? Because you're seeing a formula that's working, right? And it's really exciting now. So do you have a bit of where you want to do with that?
Yeah, that's a super good question. And the way I see our website, since it is ranking the actual website and we know how to rank Google business profiles for our industry, which man, like we're competing against 150-year-old companies sometimes. And like they've been around a long time. They have huge marketing budgets. It's been really cool to see that. But yeah, our goal is to turn our web into a directory that other financial advisors could just, it's like that's a normal thing to drop 10, 15 or $7,000 for a consultation marketing programs, because that's what marketers charge. But there's just so much money to be made. So that's like it. But my goal was, when I saw a video from Alex Hormozy, and he talked about how you should either, number one, sell expensive stuff to rich people, money to spend, or optimize for scale like Walmart, like they're inexpensive, sell everywhere to everyone. And so actually our goal is kind of the Walmart philosophy. Let's make it like ridiculous to not do it.
Yeah.
Because they're just spending so much, kind of like what you've done.
Yeah.
To repeat that, just specialize in financial advisor marketing, and we use it for our own lead generation. But if it's working well for us, then I'm sure other people will pay to do it.
And you've got the proof. You've got the proof works for us. It's going to work for you, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's little time for us to. So.
What tool has been your favorite so far within this journey of like AI ranking? Is there a particular one that you started to use more, even if it's just like ChatGPT in a different way, or is there anything there that kind of you've used a lot more than the others?
I would say this is my first full day of using WordPress, and I would say WordPress.
Nice. No, that's great. That's fantastic.
From my first CM, or migrating away from my old CMS.
Yeah, fantastic. Awesome. Yeah. Well, we've got Tony. We got Tony in next week as well coming, so that will be good.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say my favorite tool that I've used that's the biggest change is prompt engineering. Like I had no idea what that stuff is. That's still just like blow brain, because now we use, like, my kids are homeschooled, and so sometimes we have to pay for stuff and get it reimbursed. And like we're using the prompt creator to create prompts to make sure stuff gets approved.
Nice. That's incredible.
We use prompts for everything now. My wife's like, and so that's just, especially Sloan has just completely changed the landscape of our business.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. A lot of people might be considering joining, I suppose, and there are other school community, a bunch of other resources online, which I guess pursue. What would you say to someone considering how ranking, because it can be quite an investment for a lot of people, particularly want to learn how to use kind of AI and SEO. If you had a friend considering, what would you say to them, your experience, I suppose?
Yeah, I would say similar to what I posted, just don't be dumb and just join the game.
Yeah, right.
Because it's just the value of what you get for, especially for that you pay, it's so small with the like after dropping 30 grand and other pro, it blows my brain how there's just a system, everything up from square one all the way to growing, scaling, getting traffic, and just growing the business. And I mean, just the prompts alone are worth the price for admission, in my opinion. But there's so much more than just that. It's kind of something that you just have to experience. That I don't think words do it justice being in the paid community. And just because I'm giving you a testimony right now, it's like it's been so valuable, and financially absolutely way more already and stuff. And so it's definitely worth it.